Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. All right, so we're going to do a collective love reading for the sign of Sagittarius. So if you have Sagittarius as your sun, moon, rising, or Venus, this is definitely a reading for you. But anyone who might have Sagittarius in their chart may benefit from this reading. So, and this reading is timeless. So whenever you found it, there might be a message here for you. Your intuition might have, guided you here to this reading. So please take what resonates and leave the rest. Not everything will be for everyone. And so, like I was saying, just, make sure to always use your intuition as guidance here. All right, so I just pulled a few oracle cards to start us out here. So we have first light, beginning a new cycle. We've got surrendering to the journey, release control. And breaking trail, a breakthrough is at hand. Okay. So, the sign of Sagittarius is one that likes to get down to the bottom of things here. They, like to connect the dots and try to figure things out. So you might be, experiencing some kind of breakthrough here in a situation or relationship here that you're going through, possibly with this person. And but Spirit wants you to know that it's always good to release control and just try to surrender to the universe and what the universe has planned for you here, because it looks like you're going to be beginning a new cycle. So, all right, so we're going to get into what's the vibe here and see what's going on, and see what's going on with your person. Okay, so the first card out is drowning. Over your head, overextended, and rock bottom. All right. So it looks like, this could be, this could be your person as well, but it's definitely your person that is, feeling like they're over their head, they're overextended, that they're hitting rock bottom. We also have suffering in silence, unspoken desires, real feelings, broken dreams. So they're definitely, feeling like maybe they never expressed exactly how they felt toward you, that for some reason, now they're hitting rock bottom, suffering in silence here. But then we also have cutting ties. So freedom, standing up, and awaken. So they could be cutting ties with someone or something in their life, but it looks to me like that you also have maybe cut ties, or you're going to be cutting ties with this person, because you're just kind of taking your power back here, and you're like, however this person was treating you, or maybe the fact that they didn't say anything about how they felt, you feel like you're done here. Next card out, we have burned bridges, lack of trust, disloyal, turned back on. So yeah, they burned a bridge with you here, or they're burning a bridge here by being disloyal. They're causing lack of trust. Obviously, if they're not telling you everything, they're not trustworthy. So yeah, especially if they haven't ever told you how they felt about you, that's definitely, I hate to say lying by omission. So a lot of people have issues expressing emotions, but yeah, we'll have to see what else comes out. But they definitely burn their bridge as far as not keeping your trust here. And then we also have today. So good vibes now in the moment. So something might be happening today. You might be confronting this person today. You might be cutting ties with this person today. You might have already cut ties, and then maybe today you're just going to be glowing up and living in the moment here, and just having the good vibes around you, because you're in high vibration and you're just going to have a great day today. So take that part as it resonates, but it could be any of those things here. Okay, so I just got a few cards that just popped out. We've got two-faced, double life, cheater, and backstabber. So obviously your person was living a double life here of some sort. They backstabbed you. I feel like they, maybe cheated on you as well, but they obviously lied. about things, causing this lack of trust. And, they're feeling like they're hitting rock bottom here. So we've got narcissist, egotistical, opportunist, and fragile. So this person could be a narcissist. And, that might be why they never, told you how they felt. Maybe they were stringing you along, didn't value you at all. Yeah. Living this double life. They kept you, maybe breadcrumbed you. The other card that came out right now is karmics, third parties, haters, lessons learned. So it looks like this is a third party situation. They put you in a third party, they're narcissistic, and that's, I hate to say how narcissists acts. They act that way because, they want to keep, relationships shallow so that they can just, control things, and they tend to like having people on the side. So they like to keep their options open, even if they have a quote unquote relationship with someone. A lot of times it's for the wrong reasons and they treat that person terribly. And then they have other people on the side to fulfill other needs that they might have. So yeah, your person, it looks like your person is and was a narcissist here. And they put you in a third party situation. So hopefully, you've already cut ties with this person because they burned this bridge with you. Maybe you found out that they're two-faced and that they're, living this double life with you with this third party. And like I said, this could be that, this is happening today where you do cut the ties. Maybe you've already done that, but something's going on today here. Hopefully it's you living in the moment and, having a good day. But yeah. So we've got trapped, stuck, no options, unforgiveness. So they feel trapped for some reason. And then we've got family, blood ties, inner circle. So yeah, they either have a third party situation where they have an entire family here and they put you in a third party. They strung you along, not telling you about this third party family that they've got here. Or, it could be they're, if they're not in a third party relationship, it could just be, their actual family, their blood family, that is their third party. And maybe they've got issues going on with their family and as a third party. Because a third party doesn't have to be an actual person, like a love relationship, a marriage. It doesn't have to be that way. It can also be work. It could be loved ones as in family. It could be a job. It can be all sorts of things that, is an outside external influence here. So whatever the case was, they put you in a third party situation and breadcrumbed you. They felt like they were overextended here because of all that they were doing. They're being egotistical. They're in their ego here. So, but it does have something to do with family. So it's either, like I said, their blood family, or, it could be that they actually have a family where they're, in a marriage or committed relationship and they do feel trapped. So they're trapped in this situation. They're overextended and now they're suffering in silence because, you're either cutting ties or you cut ties. I feel like for most of you you've already cut ties. But like I said, it could be happening today, or you're having a great day today. But we have epiphany, self-reflection, answered questions, untapped talents. Yeah, you've come to the epiphany here that you don't need this person in your life, that all they've caused is drama and chaos, and that your peace and sanity means more than that. So you're glowing up, you're elevating. You're starting a new cycle here, and you're having breakthroughs. So you're breaking trail and epiphany. You're coming up with these breakthroughs here that your peace and sanity means a lot more than what this person put you through. Last card out, we have this chaos, upheaval, disaster, and downfall. Yep. All this person did was cause chaos in your life, or is causing chaos if you're still in it. Yep. So bottom of the deck, we have running, which, could be, denial and excuses, but I feel like you're running away from this situation for good reasons. I don't think that is like a runner chaser. I'm not taking it that way right now. I feel like this person caused a lot of chaos, a lot of drama in your life, and you're over it. You've had this epiphany that this person, it's just not good for your sanity here. Yeah. Okay, Spirit. What do you have to tell us here about the person on their mind for Sagittarius here? What information do we need to know? Okay. First card out is the Ten of Swords. So this is a cycle that is ending or has ended. This person put 10 swords in your back, and you're like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. You're cutting ties. It's over. We also have the Page of Wands. So, they might come back in possibly and offer you, this little bit of, new beginning here. But we'll have to see what else comes out here. But yeah, they definitely, put those 10 swords in your back. And, I feel like you're maybe feeling that Page of Wands because you're feeling, like a creative spark here. Like, you're getting new ideas. You're getting new inspiration from this situation. I feel like you're, as part of this epiphany, living in the moment here, you're glowing up, and maybe you're starting with a new skill or a new mindset here after this situation. But okay, let's see what we got here. We have the Star. So the Star is about hope here. So I feel like, you're the star, and that you're hopeful for a new beginning here. Once this is, over and done with. And we have the Ace of Pentacles here. So yeah, new stable beginning. Mm-hmm. Okay, what else do we have, Spirit? Yep, we have the Empress. So you're in your Empress energy here. Like I was saying with this Today card, you're glowing up. You've had a glow up here. You've taken, hopefully if you still have these 10 swords in your back, hopefully, they're being removed one by one as you're healing, and you're in your Empress energy here. And then we have the Queen of Cups. So yeah, all you did was love on this person, and this person, just basically gave you almost nothing in return. It seems like, they lied to you, they put you in a third party, and, treated you unfairly. They obviously did not value you. Maybe they took, maybe they took advantage of you and your love, your kindness. But yeah. All right, so let's put these cards in here. Okay, what else do we have, Spirit? What other information for the collective? Okay, we have the Four of Wands. So, happy home, celebration, happy life here. Maybe you wanted this with this person, and maybe this person deep down wanted this with you as well, but they obviously did not treat you well and they took you for granted. Just had about 4 cards come out here. So we've got the 5 of Wands. So they caused a lot of conflict and drama. Same thing as this Chaos card here. We've got the King of Wands. So this person, acted with, they have a lot of passion here. Maybe there was a lot of passion and desire in this relationship. But the King of Wands isn't always about, stability. They don't, really talk much about, it's not really much about love. It's, about leadership, being, successful, and, just being, just passionate here. So I feel like maybe, your connection might have been built on more, at least on their side, with passion. They probably met you and, you just had this instant attraction and passion for each other. But they definitely see you as the Empress. You are the Empress. And they know that, they could have had this Ace of Pentacles here with you, but you're going to wind up having this Ace of Pentacles with someone else because you're going to have a new cycle here. We've got the Magician. So the Magician, I'm feeling, is you manifesting a new cycle here away from this person. And we've got Justice. And this person's going to see this. They're going to see you glowing up here. They're going to see you moving on. And that's their justice. They're gonna get karma for treating you the way that they treated you. They treated you unfairly. They treated you as an option. And we've got the 7 of Cups. Basically, like I said, having options. So this person, wanted to have, keep their options open. Now they know that you have options. So, if you already walked away, which I believe, a lot of you have, if not most of, all of you. I think there might be some of you that might be, in the midst of cutting ties with them or thinking about it. That might be what's happening today for some of you. But yeah, they know that you have new opportunities available to you. So, but I mean, I think for the most part, for most of the collective, I feel like the 7 of Cups is more about this person wanting to keep their options open. The King of Wands, a lot of times, Wands energy like that. It's about, they look good. They're probably good looking. They know it. They're narcissistic. They wanted to keep their options open. Yeah. And unfortunately, I think you wanted this 4 of Wands with this person. And, like I said, maybe deep down, they wanted it with you as well. But unfortunately, the way they treated you, they brought this 5 of Wands into your life. They brought chaos and conflict. At the bottom of the deck, we've got the 5 of Pentacles. So they're feeling left out in the cold here. So that's why I'm thinking that for most of you, if not all of you, you've cut ties already with this person. We've also got the World. So endings and new beginnings, and the 10 of Wands. So overburdened. So, all this person did was cause burden in your life. Same as the 5 of Wands, chaos and conflict. They burdened you. I mean, yeah, they feel like they're drowning because of overburden, but they did it to themselves. So this cycle's been completed. Spirit wants you to know that you're going to be entering a new cycle here, like this first light card says. So it's endings and beginnings. And this person is going to feel left out in the cold here because they did this to you. And that's going to be their karma. Unfortunately, they did this to themselves. So yeah. All right, we'll get a few cosmic insights and see what that might have to tell us. Okay, what do you have to tell us here for the collective spirit for Sagittarius? Okay, so we've got honeymoon phase, attending someone's wedding. So you could be attending a wedding of some sort. If you and this person, had, you might have felt like you were in some kind of honeymoon phase for a while where things were actually good until they weren't. So you could go either way here, but you could be attending someone's wedding. You might be going on a trip here because there's an airplane that might be significant or resonate with someone. But you could be going, you might meet someone new. You might actually already be with someone new if you've already left this person. And, maybe you're going on a trip here. Yeah. We've also got gambling, problems with addiction or gambling, bad finances. So they could be struggling with, gambling issues. They could be struggling with addictions. The devil didn't come out here, but they could be struggling with some of those. And this could also be a third party, considered a third party. Addictions, having financial issues, all those things. They're all external influences. So that could also be a third party. So, take that part as it resonates. We also have manifest. Tell the universe exactly what you want. Yeah, so the universe does want you to be grateful for what you have, surrender control here, and just to be reminded that you are going to be starting a new cycle here after having this breakthrough with this person in this situation. So just manifest what you want and try to make the life that you want to live. Yeah. And then we also have patience. Just a few more months, good things come to those who wait. So, with your manifestations and your new start here, the universe and spirit just want to remind you just to be patient with things. Yeah, good things come to those who wait. Let's see. So, it looks like we've got the energies for all the signs. We've got earth, air, water, and fire out here. So, as far as signs, it could be any signs that you're dealing with, basically. And that's usually the case for most readings. Occasionally, there are readings where certain signs are more prominent than others, but most readings, it's, basically similar where it just has a good balance of all cards or all signs here. We also have give it time, everything in divine timing, let things flow. Yep. So the universe again is just reminding you to surrender here, try to go with the flow, everything in divine timing. So if you're looking for that new start with someone else, maybe you have some healing that you need to do. And, obviously something's happening today, as this card was saying. So it could be that, you're cutting ties with this person today. It could be that you're just having this glow up today and you're just having this great day and you've already cut ties with this person. But the universe does want you to know that, good things are in store for you. You do have a new cycle coming, but, it might just take a little time and everything in divine timing. So, yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to leave this here, Sagittarius. It was a pleasure doing this reading for you. If you don't mind, like I mentioned earlier, please subscribe to my channel. It helps my channel grow, and it will also, allow you to have access to all of my readings. And, I do different signs, every month here. And then I also do twin flame readings as well. So if you resonate with that. So yeah, I would love to have you as part of the family. So please consider subscribing. And I hope you all are well, and I wish you all well. And I hope that this reading helped you in some way. So Sagittarius, until next time, namaste.